Hello. Today I'm going over the SIG spears, the LT and the regular, here in 308 and in 556. I've got this on loan from a friend of ours here, Ron, Dana's brother from Templar Precision. He has a very good taste in camo, and we can all relate here. We all like this flavor of paint. Tastes pretty good. So on to these guys. So I wanted to talk about similarities and things that I like and dislike on the two. And I'll try to keep this a little bit short. So what I like on this guy compared to this one. This one is mine, this one is theirs. I like that the gas block is exposed a little bit here compared to this one, the LT, where it's in there needing more of a tool. This opening says normal and suppressed on the other side, and I think it's for access, this port, or this window's for access to this button here, so you can pull it out and take out the piston, things like that. I also like this little M-lock accessory that they put up here, so that you don't accidentally snag on the charging handle here. It's made for you to kind of do that, or maybe, you know, slide your thumb, pull it like that. Okay. Then it also has this little pin here, so it doesn't move back and forth on its own. It's a little locking lug there. This has no forward assist. I mean, it has a forward assist right here, so it didn't need to directly capture onto the bolt carrier. We'll see more of that when we take it apart. Yep. Also, we have these screws, which I'll open it up in a minute and have it all blown out here. I don't think these hold the handguard as good as we would hope they would. Now, we can see the distance here between these two. It's about an inch from center to center. And it's about 3/4 of an inch here. But with the length of the handguard and the length of the actual receiver, I just think there's too much leverage for this to really hold on to. Now, I guess now that we're talking about that, so I'm flipping this over, and you can see that the gap between the, take this out. The gap here is kind of big, and it's to one side, and you can actually move it, doing this to the barrel here. You can move it. It moves a lot. So look at that. It's not that good. So I don't like that. I think it's more robust here on this one. Partially because of the material that's left over here. I think it's a lot more robust on this. It's less cut out, and it's thicker, and I think it grabs better here versus on this. Obviously, that's a problem because this is a 308, has more recoil, and it's going through a lot more stuff. I don't like that. I like that they tried to lighten it up, but everything else is heavy duty on this except the handguard, and I think that's kind of a little bit weird, you know, kind of like skipping leg day. Excuse me. And so that's kind of my biggest issue, I think, overall with this thing, is just the handguard. Because everything else is basically really nice. You know, it is what it has to be. I think I'm going to be making a delete for this because I don't really think this is like my jam, you know? So I'm going to lock it back here so I can show you what this thing looks like free floating here. Got the ambidextrous catch and release here. And you can see that this is a 3-piece kind of thing. So there's like a dust cover, and then this thing is a dust cover for that dust cover. And they all run inside of this track in the upper. And you can play with it like that. And then it comes back in here like that and locks into place. Release it like normal. And then we have reinforcements in the same places that the LT has them. Here with these roll pins. Here with this cam reinforcement, and then also with the feed ramps. Those are all steel. Now, one of the other things that I liked and didn't like, I think, has to do with maybe the recoil of the 308, but I thought this button was to actually fold the stock, and it is not. You can see the ball detent right there. So what it is it's a safety for the folding stock. So you push the safety down, and then you lift it up the same way you did on the older ones. So on the older ones, you basically lift it up by pushing your thumb down here on the upper, here, and then you pull the back up and fold it. And it folds back under its own spring tension. This is the same, but it has this little safety because I think what was happening with the SB Tactical braces and their hinge, under recoil, it would pop up and fold when you didn't want it to. So I think that's why they added this safety here. So you push the safety and fold it. Same issues, depending on your stock or whatever, you cannot fold it. It'll fold, but I don't know how useful that will be. So that's one thing. Overall, we have steel inserts, steel QD cup inserts, dust cover, forward assist, ambi. Everything basically works the same. And we're going to take this thing apart and look at it on the inside real quick. Okay, so I just did what I needed to do here. And we can see it taken apart. So we got the gas block here, the piston. Basically, we talked about that. Now back to this, I guess, is the focus, I guess, of my problems with this is you can see how thin this is machined, and this beautiful machining. It's really nice. They put this, like, I want to say recoil lug here so that everything is tight with that. And it's a nice design, but I just think that maybe it's too bendy. You know, there's just so much cut out here, and it's gorgeous and it's lightweight, and I think it will hold. I just don't know, once you put a bipod on this, if the rifle's resting on the bipod or a barricade and you have your pack or something up here, I don't know how well that will maintain zero. And I think that's the biggest issue. So I don't know if me or Dana or I don't know, somebody will make a clamp here, or if I think Arasaka makes yeah, they do. They make a clamp, but I don't know for this. And then I just think I'd make a whole new handguard, honestly, for it, just to maintain rigidity here. You know, I don't know if I'll have to look at how I would do it, but I think it's worth making a whole new handguard. So I might be working on that. Other than that, everything else is very robust. Everything else is heavy duty. Everything is going to hold up. We went over this. This is not bad. I like that. It's, I think, for the recoil reason that we talked about. The barrel is here. It's using the same system of retention to keep it in the rifle. We got the 2 screws, okay? Dust covers, normal AR-10 style. Got the piston, right? And then we've got, I guess you could say, the recoil rod and I guess the anvil, right? So this is a 3-piece thing here. So it's got this little nipple thing welded to this end of the tube. You can see the welds in the light. And then this end is welded to that. And I'm pretty sure it's strong enough for what they need. I mean, they tested, they got a little drain hole here or something. Yeah, right there. And keyway into here. Lightweight cuts wherever you can see here on the bolt carrier. Dual plungers, extractor plungers. It's got this claw here. I kind of don't want to take it apart. to show. I wanted to see how many springs it has here, and maybe I can. Okay, there it is, coming out there. It is captured, look at that. And we take the firing pin out. There's a spring here, it's braided spring here for safety, I think. The cam, and I think it's using one spring, but I don't want to take it down anymore. It's not something that I want to do here. So, but yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously going to be pretty robust and good to go. Do this off camera here so they don't get in trouble with the overlords. Am I right? So, yep, we're good to go on that. Okay, so we looked at that really quick. We looked at this really quick. The spring will go in here, and it's kind of wiggly, kind of wonky, all over the place. Reminds me of the Q Honey Badger spring when you put it in, but a little easier because of this. You put it in, there's a little channel in here. So it goes in and up in there, and then it comes back out, kind of like almost like a pistol, a striker pistol. I'm pretty sure this is a regular AR trigger. It accepts AR grips and stocks with these, depending on the stock that you have. This is a little longer, and it has relief cuts here for this. So it latches on there. See? Now this little indent here is for a tooth in here of the charging handle. Very nice. I still want to delete it though, because I think it's just too much going on. I'd rather deal with this. Or delete this and keep that. That might be an option too. I might look into that depending on how it suppresses. I'm going to try shoot it suppress tomorrow. And yeah, I think it's good overall. It's got helicoils in here too. I don't know if I mentioned that, but everything looks pretty nice. Everything it's finished is fit and finish. Quality obviously is there. Rounded here, lugs. So I think that's one of those things that SIG just does with everything now. I'm gonna see if they have that. Yeah, they got that pin in there for the extractor not to move when it's locked into place. And I think those are all the things that I can see on this. The recoil isn't that much better than my AR-10. I got an SLR that I'll be comparing it to later. But if it's worth it, I think it's worth it. I like it more than the Scar. I had the Scar L and the Scar H, or 17 and 16, whatever you want to call it. The civilian versions. I don't know them off the top of my head. I think with all the money that I put into those, I could have just bought one of these and replaced the Handguard and be in just as well. Also on the Scar, I didn't like that the gas block was always in the middle of every handguard that I would put on it, you know. So I like this a lot more. You know, you say, oh, I got the Scar braider, the rail, the lower that accepts the SR25 mags, QD cops, because it's still a European design. They don't have a lot of QD cops. Sorry if you can hear my baby crying. But yeah, I think this is a very nice American take, a European American, right, design, and I like it. I like it a lot. I would buy one. I definitely would like to have this set, but right now I just took this on loan, and we'll keep making some videos for it. And I'll probably put another video comparing it to an AR-10. So thanks for watching.